Meanwhile, the Pentagon says more than 15,000 targets have been hit inside Iran since this war started. Secretary Hegseth saying Iran's military has been decimated. Its missile supply is down 90% and its drone supply down 95%. NewsNation's Kellie Meyer joining us now from the White House with more on that and how the administration is responding to some of the latest updates.
Yeah, this is our last press conference of the week from the Pentagon. You saw Secretary Hegseth and Joint Chiefs of Staff Chairman General Dan Kane there speaking, giving an update to the operation so far. And as you said, Hegseth is saying that Iran, the military there, has been completely decimated. You see them walking out there giving about a 30-minute or so press briefing, taking some questions from reporters on an array of topics. Hegseth standing by the military operation. As we were talking about earlier, I believe, with other reporters, it took him a moment to get into the lives that were lost most recently, those 6 confirmed deaths. And then we heard General Kane off the top talking about that and giving some more detail to the exact operation, how many targets have been struck so far, and what it looks like going forward, what's left to be done. I wanted to play this moment from Secretary Hegseth about what he talked about is happening today in Iran. Take a listen.
Today, as we speak, we fly over the top of Iran and Tehran. Fighters and bombers all day picking targets as they choose.
So Secretary Hegseth really echoing what we heard from President Trump overnight, saying we are totally destroying the terrorist regime of Iran, militarily, economically, and otherwise. He also says we have unparalleled firepower, unlimited ammunition, and plenty of time. Watch what happens to these deranged scumbags today, he adds. What a great honor it is to do this. Thank you for your attention to this matter. That was the president overnight around 12:30 a.m. in the early morning hours, reflecting on this. We're also looking at the Strait of Hormuz. That's been a big focus here as Iran has been laying mines reportedly there and blocking that route to oil tankers and shipping traffic. There's been questions over whether or not the U.S. Navy will deploy assets to help escort oil tankers through the strait. We did hear from Hegseth saying we're not going to allow that strait to remain contested. We are laser focused on our military objectives. And General Kane said there is still some traffic through the strait, but it's something that they do remain focused on. Marnie.
Such an eerie sight to see those ships all anchored in the strait right now. Another development, Kelly, is the U.S. relaxing oil sanctions on Russia to open up the flow of oil through the Strait of Hormuz. I know the president just had an interview and was asked about Russian President Vladimir Putin. What did he say?
This was interesting, Marnie, because it is kind of a change of tone from what he said recently. There's this question that's been out there that Russia has been reportedly sharing intelligence with Iran to target U.S. military. And that was something he was asked about in this interview. And I wanted to play what he had to say, which is different than what he's had to say in the past. Take a listen to this.
You think Putin is helping him?
I think he might be helping him a little bit, yeah, I guess. And he probably thinks we're helping Ukraine, right?
And you are, right?
Yeah, we're helping him also, and so he says that, and China would say the same thing. You know, it's like, hey, they do it and we do it, in all fairness. They do it and we do it.
And this is interesting too, Marnie, because the president had said he just spoke with Russian President Vladimir Putin. It also comes as he's mentioning China as well. We know the president is set to go to China in about 2 weeks from now. There's a question over whether or not he will still go if this operation is ongoing, especially for his safety as well, if China is potentially aiding Iran in this. So there's a lot of questions, but even the president saying there, I think he might be helping them a little bit. Yeah, I guess. He probably thinks we're helping Ukraine, right? So that was a bit of a change of tone from the president on whether Russia is helping Iran in this effort.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.